I love pickles. This is the pickle. Jellycat has definitely leaning into this like virality, including an actual adult doing the whipped cream. We can make a plush pickle. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. My voice is a little bit on the fritz today, but we're just going to ignore it, push through. It'll be fine. Today, we are talking about Jellycat. So if you don't know, Jellycat is a British plushie company that they started in 1999. So they've been around for quite a while, but have recently seen massive explosion in sort of online popularity with the rise of TikTok, and I think sort of like coming together with the COVID and Gen Z depression and sort of loneliness epidemic. People want plushy toys, and they specifically want the plushy toys that other people have that they see on TikTok. And Jellycat is pushing sort of that virality really hard with exclusive items and experiences in high-end stores and high-end toy stores. And I'll show you a bit about that. But I thought they are essentially plushies with a cute face on them, and that is something that you and I can make because we are makers, we are knitters, we can make our own thing. Traditionally, I think a lot of people use crochet for making plushie toys, but knitting is perfectly acceptable, a perfectly acceptable way to make plushies. In fact, sometimes knitting actually makes things look nicer as a plushie toy. In my personal opinion, sorry if that offends anybody, but I don't want to offend anybody. It's only Friday. Saturday is a much better day for that. But so I've collected a bunch of Jellycat-ish patterns from Ravelry that can help you sort of, if you want to make something, if you wanted to make a plushy pickle, we can make a plush pickle. So there are several sort of ranges, I would say, in Jellycat plushies. And one of the more popular ones is the Amuseable line they have, where it's a very sort of typical small amigurumi style face with little legs. And a lot of them are food. But they've also had ranges that are sort of like a treasure chest or a Birkin bag or something like that. The Amuseables have been pretty popular in the sort of like high-end toy store. You can book these experiences at places like Selfridges in the UK or in the US, like FAO Swatch. I've seen them happen in France as well, and it's basically like the one that I've seen in FAO Swatch in New York. It's a pretend diner, and you can go get like a milkshake or something, like a milkshake Jellycat, but then you go up to the counter and then they pretend to make the actual milkshake, including an actual adult sort of doing the whipped cream, which amuses me. I don't know. I don't want to like crap on other people's hobbies because I'm an insane person. I collect Tamagotchis, which are like toys from the 90s. So I do whatever feels good to you. That's fine. It just amuses me that there is somebody's job that has to on a plushy milkshake. I think Selfridges at some point had like fish and chips, and you could go and then the person behind the counter would pretend to make like deep fry fish and chips for you, and they would put them in like paper and stuff and wrap it up as fish and chips, and then you could go home with your fish and chips plushie. I think they're very cute. I think the problem is that with Jellycat is they are quite expensive. These are the Amuseables, and like one of the most popular ones are the like pink and white marshmallows. They have croissant, peanut, the pickle. But there's like loads of different styles. Like they have a bouquet of flowers, space comet. I love this one, the cannelé, like a baguette, stuff like that. Palmier, waffle, sardine tin. There's all these different types of styles. But you can see like the sourdough is 40 euros. The birthday cake is 38 euros. The peach shoulder bag, 75 euros. The curling stone is 55 euros. So these are not cheap. And Jellycat has definitely sort of is leaning into this like virality because these were just regular plushy toys. Like back in the day, they were in different toy stores. You could get them anywhere basically. And at some point they decided, no, all these retailers that are just bog standard toy stores, you can no longer, they sent out letters to toy stores like, no, you are no longer a selected retailer. You are no longer allowed to sell Jellycat. Some of them had letters saying, well, you're allowed to sell Jellycat, but you are no longer allowed to use our sticker on the door to advertise that you are affiliated with Jellycat. And then there's like the sort of like high-end toy stores, high-end stores like FAO Swatch and Selfridges and stuff like that are sort of selected to have Jellycat experiences and sort of like become Jellycat centers. So it's sort of like making it harder for people to purchase these things, and, you know, stuff going crazy on TikTok as it does with, you know, what we've seen with Labu's. But this is not like a new thing, you know, we've seen it with the Beanie Babies. I was scrolling through Ravelry, really doing a deep dive for this, and I came across this. It's the adipose, and I don't know if you've watched a Doctor Who ever, but there is a Doctor Who episode where sort of like the enemy of that week is adipose tissue, or I don't remember the exact storyline, but I remember that this is like a character, and then there's like thousands and thousands of them. So walking through the streets of London, and apparently this person had to remove the pattern. It says, pattern has been removed due to me being contacted by the BBC. Please don't message me asking for it. I am not sending it out. I'm so disappointed in the BBC yet again. Like, why are you going after independent pattern makers that are just... It's like, why? Like, this lady just made a pattern for like a little figure that you use in a TV show that probably not that many people remember. Probably not that many people are going to make. She's probably not going to make that much money out of it. Are you really that petty, BBC, that you are going to like threaten people with legal action to take down these knitting patterns? That is so pathetic. Sorry. Okay, that was a side tangent. Anyway, here is the Jellycat bundle. If I hear that Jellycat is going after some of these people, I will be very cross. I will be sending an angry letter. Anyway, so I've started. Some of these patterns are free. Some of them are not free. They're paid for patterns. And then some of them are not really Jellycat patterns, but with some small modifications, I feel like you could make it look like a Jellycat. So that's also the order that we are going to be looking at these. And we're going to start with the knitted tea bag by Jenny Church. A lot of these patterns are from the same people, because I guess you make one, it's easy to make another. We have discussed the knitted tea bag already. I think during one of my Christmas Vlogmas videos. I'm 100% sure the knitted tea bag has popped up on this channel before, but I do like it so much, so we're just looking at it again. It's the Knitted Tea Bag by Jenny Church. It's a free Ravelry download. It's nice, it's cute, it's got moss stitch, got little tea bag label. The face is cute. I love it. Oh, I have a tip. If you struggle with sewing on like the face, like for the eyes, I would definitely use like amigurumi eyes. You can order these online. Often you get like a big box of different sized ones, and you can just pick the little ones. If you are struggling with sewing on the mouth, you can get some black felt, cut out small mouth and glue it on. And sometimes that just looks better than trying to sew the mouth on. If you're skilled at sewing on the mouth, then don't cut it out of felt, but that's just a tip. Also free, it's also Jenny Church. It's the pumpkin spice latte. We all love pumpkin. I'm not a massive fan of pumpkin spice latte. I think it just sounds nicer than it actually tastes. Look how small, it's so wee. It's absolutely adorable, tiny. This looks like a bit of crochet. No, this looks like a bit of I-cord that's draped on top for the cream. I think that's clever. Very cute. Little legs, love it. Next up, it's the Knitted Sushi. It's also by Jenny Church. It's so cute. Look at it. It's a little sushi. It's got some sushi fish situation going on here, and it's got its cute little mouth and eyes and legs, and then it's moss stitch, I think, to make the rice, give it like a rice effect of the sushi. Very cute. Next up, it's the Aubergine Buddy, and it is labeled as Jellycat, but it's a free pattern. It's by Emma Whittle, but this one seems to be missing the iconic little legs, the little Jellycat legs, but I feel like you could just add them, and then you have an aubergine or an eggplant, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it's kind of missing the legs, but still free pattern, so it's still in this section because it is labeled Jellycat, and it does really have that sort of iconic Jellycat Amuseables face. Then we have the classic marshmallows. It's also by Jenny Church. This is turning into the Jenny Church episode, so thank you to Jenny for making these for us. Marshmallows. The marshmallows are so popular. There's a bunch of patterns for that. This is by Tanya Oakley. This one's also free. I feel like these are cute, but the eyes are a little bit too big. So that's another personal thing. If you wanted to be more Jellycat-esque, I would use smaller amigurumi eyes, but that's up to you. And then there's this one that is by Emma Whittle that is not free. So this is a paid for pattern. These are a little bit larger, and one of them has like a little bow on her face, and she's added some blush to the cheeks. If you want to know how to do this, you just get your own blush with a little pen. A little blush. Yeah, you get your blush and a little brush, and then you can just on a white or a light colored a yarn, you can just add some blush. Just don't go crazy. When you think this is probably not enough, you should stop, because you can never go back. You can't unblush the blush, and you don't want to have a marshmallow with blush blindness. That would be terrible. Another popular Jellycat design is the peanut, and this is Emma Whittle. It's a paid for pattern, and she's used some form of plushie yarn, and it really works very well because this is hers. This is the peanut, and then can we go find here? This is the peanut from Jellycat, which is. It's 28 euros, and this is just the charm, the bag charm. It's 28 euros and it's out of stock, but you could just make this and it looks pretty similar. So well done, Emma, for finding that yarn. I think you did a great job there. Emma has more patterns, as we just saw that the peanut has some friends in his background pictures. These are the apples. This is the hard-boiled egg. I think the hard-boiled egg is my favorite, but that's because Jellycat does the eggs. Hang on, can we find them? Can we find an example egg? So they have like the hard-boiled egg, but they have... Oh, here we go. Oh, they have one, and it's got like a little geek style. It's got little glasses on. I find that adorable. I like that. And then there's one it's like, because he's like an egghead. Get it? It's so clever. He's an egghead. So he's either like a little geek or a little scientist with a little suit, and some like wacky hair. So it's adorable. Should have been a lady scientist though, but oh well. Can't win them all. This is Polly Pistachio. So cute. I love pistachios. Pistachios are everywhere at the moment because it's apparently, as soon as you put pistachios in something, you can call it Dubai. So pistachio in chocolate makes it Dubai chocolate, which is interesting. I have a hairdresser's somewhere in town, and it's called Dubai Hairstyle. And I was just wondering, what does that mean, that they give you pistachios or something whilst they're doing your hair? I was curious about that. I love pickles. This is the pickle, and you can see she's done some pearl stitches in the stockinette to give it that little pickle bumps in the little pickle. How cute. It's got a friend, and there's a regular pot of olives behind as decoration. Interesting choices were made. The great thing about knitting patterns is you can make it, and then if, like, imagine you have grandchildren and you make them one pickle and then the other one wants a pickle as well. You could just keep making pickles using the same knitting pattern. You don't have to purchase it over and over again. And if you've purchased yarn specifically for this project, because the projects are so small, they could probably carry over for a couple of pickles. You could make a bunch of pickles and it would not be 33 euros per pickle. So this one is cute. It's the Sunshine Buddy. This one just speaks less to me because it's not food. I enjoy food related knits, or maybe I'm just hungry. Next one is the Potato Buddy. Very cute. It's not a jacket potato or a roast potato. It's just a regular potato. Yeah, that is a baked bean, which looks very similar to the potato. So I would say if you have one of the patterns, you could probably just make potatoes and baked beans with the same pattern. Next up is Pulpy. So we're entering sort of like, it's probably not Jellycat, but you could make it Jellycat territory here. It's a free Ravelry download. This is the sort of pulp from an orange juice, and it's missing the classic Jellycat legs, but you could add those yourself. And then it's sitting next to something more candy shaped. So I was thinking you could use this for orange juice pulp, but you could also turn it into Halloween candy if that's something that speaks to you. This one kind of looks like Jellycat. This is by Teresa Runnert. It's little clementines, but it's missing the mouth, and the eyes are a little bit too big, and the legs are a little bit too dangly, I would say. But I think if you have the clementine shape, you can make the legs a little bit shorter, put in some smaller eyes, and give it the little Jellycat mouth. And then you have a little clementine, which is cute. This one amused me. It's a red onion. It's called Crying Over You. He's got a shocked face because his onion friend has been chopped up. So this one, you could give it the smiling Jellycat mouth. The eyes probably work here, and it's got too many legs. but it's up to you what you want to do with it. I feel like it's a little bit too purple for a red onion. I think here, this is something, a red onion is something where a hand-dyed yarn would probably shine. If it's like a little variegated pinks and purples, that would work very, very well for an onion. Now, if you know me, you know I love Christmas, and you know I love mince pies. So this one is just so exciting. It doesn't have the Jellycat legs, so you could add those. But at the other end, you know, a mince pie doesn't, it's just, you just stand it flat on its bum. It doesn't, does it matter that it has legs or not? I don't think so. I just think these are adorable. That looks like something I would purchase. I think it's cute. I love mince pies. This is a cute little thing. Yes. This is by Louise Walker, by the way. Next up, it's a little peach. It's a free pattern, but it's on a different website. It's not a Ravelry download. It needs a bit of a more smiley mouth and some legs, but it is very cute. You can see this is, I think this is hand-dyed yarn, and it's quite variegated. And it works really well for peaches as well. So that's really nice. A little beetroot, perhaps. A little beetroot. Look at this. It just needs that smile and the legs, and the eyes are a bit too big. Okay, we're going into sort of like weirder territory now. This is a computer. The pattern's called Error. This is amazing. It's even got like a little designated slot for the floppy. It's a little laptop with a mouse, and it's got Error written on the front of it. So you could use this to do Jellycat style, or you could just knit it like this. I think this is amazing. The way she's done like regular knit stitches and purl stitches to create a keyboard is absolutely fantastic, and it's so creative, should be celebrated. Look how cute this is. And there's one with a heart and one that says beep. So clever. This one's called Tubby. It's by the same designer as the little laptop just now. I think this, to make it Jellycat style, it just needs a little mouth. But look, it's got all the soap bubbles and in the bathtub, and they've all got little faces as well, with those very, very tiny beads, seed beads. So these are just adorable. One of the more popular Jellycats is a shrimp. Let's see if we can find it. And the shrimp is called Sheldon. Sheldon shrimp. He's €30. He's out of stock. So if you wanted to make your own Sheldon, he's not an Amuseable, so he doesn't have like the little amigurumi eyes and things like that. But he's a Jellycat, and he has like all these ridges with impel bumps to give that effect that the plushie has as well. So I think that's quite clever. Okay, that's it. So this is the entire bundle that I've put together. It is publicly available, so you don't even have to log in to look at all the patterns. You do need to log into your Ravelry account to actually download patterns or purchase them. But other than that, it's completely publicly available. So let me know, is there something that you would make for yourself or maybe somebody else? Post it in the comments. YouTube loves it when you ladies leave comments for me, because that's how the algorithm works, unfortunately. So if you want to help me help the channel, please leave a comment. The algorithm, that will appease it and make it be happy. I hope you have a lovely weekend and a lovely week next week, and I'll be back, and hopefully my voice has recovered by next week, but we'll find out. If there's anything that you would like me to make a video about, please leave a comment. You can follow me on Instagram at Braid and Tinker. You can follow me on Ravelry, Braid and Tinker, And you can also be my friend on Ravelry, and that's great because then I can see what you guys are making, and I always find that very fascinating. If you live in Haarlem or close to Haarlem here in the Netherlands, there is a sock festival happening for the yarn store called Rechte Steek, which is in the Generaal Cronje straat in Haarlem. What you do is you purchase a ball of yarn and you immediately hand it over, and then the people of the who are running the festival, they will divide all the sock yarn up into 20-gram ball increments, and then when the festival starts, you get 5 different colors of sock yarn. And so everybody participating can make crazy socks out of all the collected yarn. I think that's a great idea. So I am participating in that. I've already purchased a ball of yarn. It had some pinks in it, of course, because I love good pink. And I've handed it in, so it's already at the shop waiting to be divided. So if you are living in Haarlem or in the Netherlands in this sort of area, definitely check that out. If you want more details on it, just message me and I'll send it to you. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.